How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Was bisher
Mother
geschah?
has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
Ja.
Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Genau, wir wurden ja gerade verhaftet, weil wir jemanden ermordet haben sollen. Und darf mir noch eine Lektüre aussuchen. Ich nehme die Enzyklopädie, die wir uns mühsam zusammengesammelt haben. Und weiter geht's. Ich bin gespannt, was mir auf mich wartet. Ja, wir sind gefangen worden, wir haben da und viel erlebt, viel gesprochen und nun stehen wir vor Gericht wahrscheinlich. In The Council.
At last we meet,
Episode
Monsieur
2.
de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. But an act of horrific violence occurred during the night. And I do not know if this is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
Ich auch nicht. Eine Verbindung zu meiner Mutter?
If there's a possible link to my mother, I hope you'll let me know.
In the early hours of the morning, Elizabeth Adams was found dead in her room, savagely mutilated with a knife. I'll get straight to the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Yes, last night we, Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
Ich war auf meinem Weg ins Bett.
I was going up to my room when I saw Elizabeth waiting for me. She was very upset, and her words didn't make sense. I thought it best to follow her to her room, as she had asked me to.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
Ich glaube, sie hatte meine Mutter gesehen.
She
Ja?
claimed she saw my mother the previous evening on the cliff, if I remember correctly.
Interesting. I will send someone as soon as possible. But do go on.
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her conversation became confused. So, then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information.
Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed.
Ja, ich sitze hier
I
übrigens
must
halben Tages
reassure my
Gespräch.
guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course.
Natürlich.
How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Gibt es Verdächtige? Gibt es genauere Informationen?
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory, and His Eminence Piaggi. So I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Okay, dann geh zum Tatort. Danke.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting.
Ja, ich
And
schau's
Louis,
mir an,
you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
ja. Okay, ja, gut. Dann fange ich doch mal an, hier zu gucken. Das Bild. Leviathan. Talent freigeschaltet, Bücherwurm. Ja. Ist hier noch was? Ja, hier.
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Arsen? Nee, ich weiß nicht, keine Ahnung. Gut, dass er mich freilässt und ich gleich erstmal alles und auf den Kopf stelle hier. Und klau. Goldelixier. Apropos Goldelixier. Ich glaube zwar nicht, dass ich jetzt genug Gelee Royal finde, um das komplett aufzupumpen. Mein Konzentrationsbalken. Aber lass mich gerne überraschen. Schlüssel mit einem okkulten Wassersymbol. Das heißt, ich habe jetzt 2 Schlüssel, die ich noch nicht benutzt haben konnte.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Ja. Tja, ausgewählter Satz, ja. Und die Eminenz ist auch immer irgendwie am Rumstehen, irgendwo, ne? Ah, hier ist Lord Mortimer. I presume. Erdsternchen. Sprichst du? Auch mit mir? Da war irgendwas Blaues, oder? Nö. Ich könnte mit dem Dude nochmal sprechen, aber erstmal Pater Piaccio.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Okay,
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis.
okay, sonst noch etwas?
But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Danke für deine Informationen. Was ist das hier eigentlich? Oh, ein tiefes Loch. Warum auch immer jemand ein tiefes Loch in seinem Riesenpalast hat. Auf jeden Fall gehe ich runter und schau mal, ob ich meine Detective Skills auspacken kann, die ich eigentlich gar nicht habe. Ach, deswegen kam ich vorhin nicht nach oben. Okay, ich darf mich jetzt in allen Zimmern umsehen, aber ich würde gern bei dem Tatort anfangen. Ich hoffe, ich laufe in die richtige Richtung. Ich glaube zwar, dass ich völlig falsch laufe, aber okay.
Monsieur Jacques Perru?
Mein Hauptverdächtiger?
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Dem ich auch irgendwie kaum traue. Aber nur weil er von mir gleich Waffenhändlerdienste verlangte. Oder etwas in der Richtung.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Die Duchess, die auch irgendwie mit meiner Mutter unter einer Decke steckt. Also in dem Spiel.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Habe ich ein Problem mit, weil ich nicht weiß, wer es ist. Schön finde ich übrigens auch, dass die Türen zu den leeren stehenden Zimmern, die ich draußen gesehen habe, hier drin nicht verfügbar sind.
Huh, that's me.
Mein Zimmer, ja.
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Ja, die Eminenz. Ein Buch. Schnapp. Ich hege immer wieder die Hoffnung, dass hier irgendwas Neues rumliegt, was ich nutzen kann. Die Tür ist übrigens unbenutzbar.
President George Washington.
George Washington, da kann ich nichts gegen zu sagen. Hier war doch gerade was. Und Dude Nummer irgendwas. Wer auch immer das
Good
ist.
day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner,
Volner.
are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
Aha.
I'd have thought this is not really the shortest way to get to your suite.
Yes, I wasn't really looking where I was going. I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
Na gut. Nichts zum Aufsammeln hier irgendwo. Und schauen wir mal, was hier sich getan hat, seit ich das Zimmer verlassen hatte. Immer noch alles komisch auf dem Boden aufgemalt. Ich glaube, der Kerzenständer stand nicht in der Mitte. Und da liegt die Tote immer noch. Na super. Okay, mal sehen, was passiert hier sein könnte. Warum stehst du hier?
Has Sir finished with this room?
Nö.
No, I haven't gone over everything yet.
Nicht mal
Sir
angefangen.
may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
Okay, du bist einfach nur Türsteher, ja? Den Brief kenne ich
My
schon.
dear Elizabeth,
Ist nur umgekippt.
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Ungefähr. 4 Uhr nachts.
Huh. The talisman that I gave back to Elizabeth. I can't exactly say it brought her good luck.
Nee. Aber auf jeden Fall sind die nicht hinter dem Talisman her. Die Bücher lagen ja schon.
A pentagram. What the hell's been going on here? Contrary to what most people believe, a pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil.
Okay.
Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
Nö. Nicht, dass ich wüsste. Ja, die liegt ja da. Okay, was haben wir in der Badewanne?
A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out.
Okay. Ich habe Notizen, aber nichts zum Cheaten. Sprachen, Kosten reduziert um 3.
It looks like a mixture of medieval Latin and Anglo-Norman. It is difficult to make sense of this jerky writing. I can make out some passages, though.
Okay. Das war
He's
alles.
coming.
So.
The demon is upon me. He's coming back to kill me. There she is. Death has come to finish me off. I've just run into her son. That was her last entry. What tortured writing.
Kann ich dann nochmal?
A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting.
Ja, ich würde gerne
It
den
is
anderen.
written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out.
Ach, ja, jetzt zeigt mir ja in Gelb an, wie viel verbrät, ja? Okay.
It's medieval Latin. Well, enough to translate a bit. He's
Dann erzähl.
coming. The demon is upon me. He's coming back to kill me. There she is. Death has come to finish me off. I've just run into her son. That was her last entry. What tortured writing.
Okay, ich habe jetzt einen benutzt, also einen Energiepunkt genutzt, um das zu erfahren, was ich schon weiß. Die beiden hatte ich auch schon gelesen. Aber hier?
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
Okay. Woran erinnert es mich? Das kann ich nicht machen. Für den Adel machen Kleiderleute, das gilt sowohl für Frauen als auch für Männer.
It's a travel dress. The silk has been lightly waxed to protect it from bad weather. And I know the very woman who came up with the idea, given all the traveling she does. My mother. God help us. Why did she come here in the first place? The
Man weiß es
material
nicht.
appears to have undergone abnormal wear and tear. She must have been scouring the countryside, and that doesn't look good.
Okay. Langsam brauche ich Relais Royal oder eine Auszeit. Was haben wir denn hier in den Flaschen?
Vials of laudanum. The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
Okay, kann ich nicht. Mal gucken, ob ich noch irgendwas zum Aufputschen finde für meine Skills. Ansonsten... Was? Inventar voll Erdsternchen. Okay. Jetzt sollte ich mehr Schwächen im offenbaren. Okay, schauen wir uns doch mal die Flasche an.
Knocked over bottle of wine.
Riechen?
Same thing Elizabeth served me last night. Still just as
Disgusting.
Okay.
I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
Dinge?
The blade is short and thin. Well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh.
Okay. Der Griff?
The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand.
Okay. Look. Das Blut.
Poor girl bled to death.
Ja, so sieht's aus.
Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe.
Okay. Jetzt gucke ich mir sie noch an. Überall irgendwelche Schriftzüge drauf, ja. Und ja, die Augen sehen auch nicht gesund aus. Könntest du was dazu sagen, bitte? Na, mach schon. Ist auch Ekel, oder? Gute Menschen und so. Den Arm untersuchen.
There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
Ja. Gut, das kostet mich alles nichts.
Scars are superficial and were made several years ago. She wasn't trying to take her own life.
Ja. Bedeutend der Skarifizierung.
People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control.
Okay. Kann ich auch nichts gegen zu sagen. Ja. Schauen wir uns die Tätowierung an. Das Siegel... ja. Hast du davon irgendwas? Nix.
She had the Sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her. The symbol of the living God. Written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age.
Ja.
Unless her mother was a tutor.
Was haben wir hier?
Symbol of Masons? What's that doing here?
Habe ich vorhin schon gesehen, ja. Und die Texte übersetzen.
Ancient Greek. Let's see what it means. These are sacred chants intended to protect their bearer. But from whom? Or from what?
Gute Frage. Zurück zum Arm. Die Namen untersuchen. Das hatte ich noch nicht.
Ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts.
Ja, zurück zum Körper. Oberarm.
I count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. At first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death.
Ja, möglich. Okay, die kann ich nicht machen. Aber ich kann die Tätowierung untersuchen.
Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body.
Okay. Mensch. Zurück zum Körper. Den Kopf.
I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck. Maybe mutilations.
Nase untersuchen.
She bled from the nose.
Okay, das kostet mich den letzten Punkt. Den Mund untersuchen.
What a strange smell.
Erinnert mich an den Hof des Königs. Ich kenne diesen Geruch. Okay, den muss ich dann nehmen, ja.
Laudanum. Certain courtiers use it to get drunk. If taken in large quantities, it can provoke fits of madness.
Okay. Entscheidung bereits getroffen. Nase untersuchen. Da sagt er mir, jetzt geht nichts. Geht auch nicht. Okay, zum Körper. In Hände untersuchen. In der Hoffnung, dass ich noch was umsonst kann.
Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol.
Das Symbol untersuchen. Kostet mich nichts.
This pinnacle's a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle.
Okay. Die Beine untersuchen.
Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs. More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body.
Ja, gut. Leider kann ich sonst nichts machen, weil ich nichts mehr habe an... Ich kann nur negative Effekte aufheben und auch Immunitäten offenbaren. Das hatte ich schon. Da fehlt mir auch die Gabe, aber das Blutfleckchen da an der Wand hatte ich noch.
The blood spatter indicates that the murderer must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
Ja. Okay, kann ich aber auch nicht genauer untersuchen. Den negativen Effekt gern weg, danke.
Huh. The talisman that I gave back to Elizabeth. I can't exactly say it brought her good luck.
Leider nicht, nee. Oh, ich hoffe, ich habe hier nichts übersehen. Die Briefe ja schon gelesen. Im ersten Kapitel. Flasche. Messer, da ist Blut. Okay, ich muss mal kurz ins Inventar. Erdsteinchen. Oh, hier habe ich was voll gemacht. Erfahren. Okay, ich brauche noch Ablenkungen, die mir Zeug. Egal. Da muss ich eh nicht drauf achten. Inventar. Achso, weil ich... Ja, gut. Okay, also ich habe jetzt einen Hinweis Richtung Washington. Ich habe einen Hinweis Richtung Peru wieder. Zu erwarten war. Und was ist das da? Ach, habe ich doch noch was übersehen. Die Waffe, die ich vorhin...
Pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light.
Okay.
A tribute engraved on the barrel. To the liberators of France.
Den Befreiern Frankreichs, okay. Also doch wieder jetzt Bonaparte. Den Griff untersuchen?
There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there.
Ja, und das Laufinnere untersuchen.
It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and well, there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently.
Okay, dann ist ja wenigstens gut. Ich dachte schon, er guckt jetzt irgendwie so in die Waffe.
Right. I shall have to find its owner.
Oh. 5 Kreiseschlüssel, ja super.
30 November, 1791. My dear sister, the cancellation of our reunion hit me like a stab to the heart. Father told me it was for your well-being, but I can't help but blame him. He claims that your condition is worsened and that it could be dangerous for both of us if we met. If only I knew where you were, believe me, I'd be at your side. I haven't received any news from you in a long time. Please write. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. I hope you like the enclosed talisman.
Okay, da hat sie den Talisman gesendet. Was mich jetzt irritiert ist, dass sie nicht weiß, wo ihre Schwester ist, aber der Brief ankommt. Gut, könnte natürlich damit zusammenhängen, dass hier ist auch echt nichts, oder? Kann dann natürlich sein, dass die Magd, die das wegschickt, das weiß. Sie an sich aber nicht. Ich gucke nochmal auf die Uhr, weil 3:54 Uhr.
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Das Doofe ist natürlich, ich habe jetzt nichts, um hier noch weiter zu untersuchen. Okay. Sorry, ich habe alles...
Has Sir finished with this room?
Yep.
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Okay, danke.